Today, we find out what the secret third character is in this two-lady pack of the Savage Land. I heard that there's a third one, and rumors are that you can see it in the promo shots, like it's like an Easter egg kind of thing. So we
Two
will
lady
find
pack.
out.
What do you mean? We know both the ladies in
There's
that pack.
Rogue and Shanna, and then everybody on the internet is saying that there's a third one.
What? What are you?
The-
Those people are stupid. What are you talking about?
I don't know. It's just a two-pack. That's all they.
No, so it's a 3-pack. It's got a big dinosaur in there.
That's what I'm saying. People are rumoring.
Oh.
That it's just a two-pack of ladies, but supposedly the Eye of Sauron is in there. God, welcome to the joke, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God, I'm so tired.
God.
So early, John.
Yeah, I know that feeling, and I will give you a pass for not getting the joke because it is early, and there are
I know.
plenty
How
of
about you
times
don't
where
start
I'm up
off the
early
thing?
and like I get a text from you the night before that I'm reading in the morning because of our time difference, and like it might require a little brain power, and my brain's just like,
Yeah.
what?
How about you don't start off the live stream with like a joke that I really have to like think about, and like you're a little too clever at 6 a.m. in the morning for me.
Well, I'm not clever at 6 a.m. I am clever at 9 a.m. Actually, I'm clever at 8 p.m. yesterday when I made.
Well, that's why I said 6 a.m. for me.
But I made it yesterday.
Oh, okay.
You
John,
could have seen
I
it.
don't know.
It's on your own channel. God. Well,
Can we
anyway, I'm gonna hit the
can we
live
start
button.
the live
and
again? Can we
I'm gonna hit the live button, and then
Okay.
we can just try this again. All right, 1, 2.
Are we off?
Three.
We're
And
not
we're
live.
live. Hey, good morning,
Oh
everybody.
God.
Today, we're going to talk about the 3-pack from the new Marvel Legends from the Gamerverse Marvel Snap, which is a game that a lot of artists we know do artwork for Marvel Snap. I think David Nakayama, probably the king of kings, has done a ton of them.
King of Kings. Let me look up Marvel Snap on my own here. Marvel Snap.
It's a mobile game.
Yeah, everybody was telling me this is from a game called Marvel Snap, and I'm looking up Welcome to Superpower subreddit for all things. No, I don't care about the subreddit, you fucking stupid internet. It's a card game.
Yeah, the mobile card game.
Oh, it's a mobile card game. Okay.
This is an example of, David Nakayama art. It's very noticeable of his style. He's got like these. He does these thick outlines. Often, like there's two colors, like the black and then a secondary. But he's really good at giving things like a shine.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He's so talented.
I feel like I've seen him before. Is he a comic artist and he does the art for?
Yeah, he does like a crap ton of covers.
Yeah, and card games. Ugh.
What?
The only card game I got into ever was Hearthstone. Do you remember?
You never played Magic the Gathering?
I wasn't into Magic the Gathering, but I was into Hearthstone.
I don't know Hearthstone.
Hearthstone is the Warcraft. Card game, and I remember me and my buddy when we worked at on Lake Street, we would play it in our cubicles, and he got so brazen by that point because he knew he was going to quit the job that he had his regular computer, and then he had a computer just for Hearthstone. And I remember a few times our boss, who was a little bit of like a wimp, he would come around and he'd be like, "Hey Ken, are you playing Hearthstone? What the hell's going on?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm doing my work." You know what I mean? Like he didn't care. He didn't give a shit.
Wow.
And but yeah, we would play it, and I remember building a druid deck, and I would get frustrated because my druid deck took a long time to ramp up, and Ken was more like he played a warrior deck, and if he beat you if he knocked you down. I know nobody's interested in this, but if he knocked you down to like half life in the first 4 rounds of Hearthstone, you'd be dead. You'd never recover.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? So yeah. Whoa. Anyway, that's it. Everybody needed to know that.
That is it's really important information because I know that there's like a resurgence, and a lot of people are getting back into it. So
yeah.
Anyway, You think that anybody? I'll just edit this thing out. But do you think anybody will realize that this is a pre-recorded video?
No, how would they?
I don't know, because like
We've
normally we bring up the chat, but we won't be able to because it's pre-recorded.
yeah, but okay. Here's without me looking at the chat. Here's watch this.
Okay.
Okay, we got Mickle Stapler, we got Devin, we got Video Power Gaming, Mother Slugs here, and so much more. See, I didn't even look. I was looking at my toys. I just assume, you know what I mean? I just assume those people are there. You know,
Okay.
maybe I shouldn't, but you know.
All right. Well then, yeah, I'll just edit this thing. I'll just blend some frames or something like that, so it doesn't look like. Anyway,
dude, I'm not gonna wake up at 6 a.m. to do this live. So we either do it now at 8 p.m.
I know.
or whatever, so I can.
I know you made it abundantly clear in your voice memo. It was like 2.5 minutes long, just ranting about like getting up early again, and I'm just like, okay, like all you have to do is say something. We can do an evening one, even if you wanted to, because that's essentially what we're doing now. It's like it's 8 o'clock for me, 8 p.m. So I don't mind.
Okay, well that's fine then. All right, but we, as long as we keep up the facade that we're doing it in the morning, that's all that fucking that matters.
Yeah, that's where our big payers are anyway. So
yeah, exactly.
Not for me, because this channel isn't even eligible yet. So frustrating.
How long do you need before you get eligible?
I need 30 more watch time hours.
Oh God, that's forever.
It seems like it, but yesterday I needed like 500 or something.
Yeah, it's a lot of hours, John.
I know. Nothing is as quick as this channel when it first started. It was like I started, and of course, the other channel I haven't given that much attention to, but the Nostalgia Unboxed started in like August 27th, and then like December 9th or something. That's when that Robin Hood video went up.
Yeah.
And then I hit I think I was already at the subscribers, but I hit the watch time hours and then got my first paycheck, which was like $11 for the entire month of December.
Oh, wow.
$11. Whoa.
Dude, when you get your first, people that are starting YouTube, it's like when you get like your first thing, like your first thing of money or whatever, like no matter what it is, it's pretty exciting. I remember the first time I got like $50. You know what I mean? Just for, for the channel. I was like, $50, man. $50 talking about toys that I love. That was it's
I know. It's a big deal.
thing.
And then
you know what I mean?
Then you find that like, I mean, you're already sick enough in the head that you're buying like doubles and like sets of 3 and 4 of the same character, just to have the variants. But the quickness of buying to feed the machine, it's like you're a part of you. Obviously, the collector's happening, but then this other hand is dumping in more figures because you're feeding the YouTube machine, right?
I mean, that's true, but in the beginning, I do a lot of borrowing. I don't know about you, but I have a few. I mean, they're not that local anymore, but I have a few people that will let me borrow figures in order to review them, and I just because they're local enough, I just give them back. So, and lately, I mean, I had a few things last week that I can't do big purchases for a bit.
Yeah.
Which includes I might have to pass on that mum rod, John.
I know.
What the hell, man?
At least you got the crossover one. And if
you
hold it,
I got a crossover mum.
If you hold it close enough, you can be like, "Oh, that's a 12-inch one."
It's all about perspective, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Meaning like visual perspective. I can put that mum rod next to my Mondos if I move it up front.
Yeah, and if you put it far enough away, then you're like, "Oh, it's like a little minifig."
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Cool. A lot of people don't know they can do that. So whenever they're like, "I only collect 1/12 scale," I'm like, just fucking push stuff further away. So stupid.
So dumb.
Anyway, I guess we should acknowledge that we will no longer be doing this? Or do you want to save that for later or a different? How long do you want to do the facade of we're doing this live kind of thing versus like shutting this whole thing down?
Well, I mean, now you brought it up. You know what I mean? I would just
Yeah, but
maybe
I can cut it out.
Yeah, save the whole like we don't like each other to the end. You know what I mean? Which is really what this is about. Um, because you need things to be a certain way.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. I thought we had a good thing, but you clearly are.
Yeah.
I don't want to go down the rabbit hole.
You just don't take the quality of your production serious enough.
Right. Yeah. No, I heard your notes. Actually, please cut this out because like I don't want to get real with you, and I feel like I'm gonna go to that place. I'd like to keep it fucking fun, John. So you know what? I'm gonna acknowledge the chat that's not there, and just go through the names on my Rolodex. So just are we cool? Are we all right?
Yeah. I can.
Yeah, can you just can you put on the happy face and just can we just fucking pretend that we like each other for the rest of this fucking chat so we can get through this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, buddy.
Okay. Anyway, these people are not really here, but if they were, they'd be called Motu Wolf, Rabbit McGavin, Mickle Stapler, Mother Slug. I mentioned Mother Slug before. It was off the top of my head, but now John will edit in the modern chats and put them in here to make them look like they're there. I don't know. I don't know what timeline we're in, John. Tristan, Ramiro Ramirez, Devin Decker. We're silly. We're silly boys. Cracked Open Games and Toys. That's a new one. Reed Dutches. Okay, why did I say it as if I hadn't read Reed's name a million times?
I don't know.
Yeah, what's up, dudes? The Nintendo Drone. Chris Bruno. My eyes are so fuzzy right now. I read that at Chris Bueno. Charlie Skjerd, Broku Studios, Gastric Fluid. The worst reader has to read. Devin Decker, Dust Tapes, so much more. Fucking
yeah,
tired.
You're a writer. You write for a living. You don't read for a living.
Yeah, but I'm kind of like a broke writer, so it's okay.
Well, that's a writer, even if you're constantly working in Hollywood.
That is true. Never go into the arts, everybody. Never go into the arts. Never. That's my inspirational quote. Okay, for people that are like, "Yeah, I want to be a writer. I want to go into the arts." My quote is, "Don't do it. Don't do it." Oh no, but I love it. Yeah, no, but
if you're going to, then like have no knowledge of it, but get yourself at the top so that you can decide whether these artists are good and can do well.
Yeah, yes, exactly. If I had to do it all over again, John, you know what I would be? I would be an executive, because executives are about the severance package. You know what I mean? Like an executive will get to a place and then they'll get some kind of wildest severance package, and then that will just like you take like David Zaslav, who runs like Warner Brothers or something. When he's out, he's going to get like $1 billion, and that's it. You know what I mean? So if I could do it again, I'd be like, fuck art. I would work in art, but work on the executive side of art. Try to jump up the ladder, which you can really fail upwards doing that, and then cash out. Oh yeah, severance package or whatever. Yeah, but you ruined this many franchises. Doesn't matter, like just get out and acknowledge video power gaming. I thought right at the start I acknowledged video power gaming.
He's got a super chat.
Oh, super chat. Well, hold on. Let me get to God. I'm making a point about art. Thank you. $4.99 USD. Video power gaming, my friend, who is on my Switch list. John, are you on my Nintendo Switch list? Thank you, buddy. Good morning.
The original Switch.
I think it carries over.
Oh. I'm user 652Z1521126Z7F.
Yes, that's the guy.
Okay, then we are friends.
That's the guy who I beat in Mario Kart.
Nintendo. Hey, How about we hire somebody that used to work for Sony or Xbox and then create an online experience? God,
Is that what they did?
no, that's what they needed to do. I don't know what
Yeah.
they if the Switch 2 is any better, but like, ugh.
I've been playing the Switch too. I've been unlocking Mario Kart characters for the last like 3 days. Um, and oh my god, there's so many. Dude, the tracks feel like they're so large in
Yep.
this Mario Kart world. There are a few notes that I have. I don't know if you're like a Mario Kart guy, but I have not started playing online yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I'm not look. I don't know if I want to do because every time I go online, like you feel good about yourself and your skills in a game, and then you go online, and then it's like, oh fuck, like, like,
Yeah, but doesn't
I,
isn't historically aren't Mario Kart games good at like giving advantages to the people in the back?
I had heard, and again, I don't know if they patch this, but this Mario Kart versus the last one, they apparently they give too many advantages to people in the back, and the many of the races end up with like these like middle clusters
Oh,
instead of like, if you have a sizable lead in Mario Kart, you've earned your sizable
yeah.
lead. And look, at some point the items that other people get might bring that lead down, but like now apparently everything is clustered in the middle, and the races are close, which I hope that's not the case. I don't like that. Like if you get a
I want it
sizable
to
lead, you
be, yeah, it needs to
preserve
be
your lead.
skill level only.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe
And again,
you can keep this the spiked winged shell to take out the leader,
right, right.
but if they're good enough, they'll just be back in the lead or they're far enough ahead. But yeah, it should be skill based, or at least have the option. Like, do you want skill level racing option or handicapped?
Yeah. And again, I don't know that that's true yet. I haven't. Well, Video Power Gaming says online is super fun. Definitely random luck a lot. Not necessarily skill. Ah, man, I don't.
That's what a guy that isn't good at the game would say.
Damn, he just checked you.
Oh, shanked him.
Um, Adri's had at some point Mario Kart 2 is always talking about his prowess. Reed is a guy that can hit me up with his code, and then we can see. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that are saying that they're real good. Maybe they are. You know what I mean? But I gotta see, John. You should
I
buy
know.
Switch too, man. You
I
should.
know. I know. I have a 5% off birthday discount from Target that I'm wondering if it would apply. It would save me like $25. But right now I'm like, if I walk into a Target and there's one, then I will consider whether I want to lease this thing from Nintendo.
Right.
Spec Ops Labs with the 20 US dollars. Wow, so you got double. You got double.
Wow.
He paid you 20 to tell me he's joined my $10 plan. I appreciate it. Let me acknowledge that because you did join Kofi. The $10 mark starts at $2, so I appreciate that. You now get discounts on all the print goods I do, and you can join Discord. So don't forget to join Discord if you haven't already, and um, you're eligible for all my giveaways that I always do. Which I just sent out all the Mondo figures this week.
Oh yeah, you did. You did a big Mondo giveaway.
Yeah, Epic Disaster. Y'all know him. Fantastic dude. Great photographer. Especially in the turtle verse. He's in Japan right now, living there, working. So I had to ship Tila. It was $41.
Oh God.
I know, and that's with the discounts from Pirate Ship. Yikes.
$41.
But thank you guys for the content. Helps make the day go by when
Hopefully
working.
the day go by. Yes, thank you, buddy. Thank you to Spec Ops Lab. That is a very generous $20, no matter who it is going to. Which, let's face it, I mean, should go to me. Like it's just John does well. Okay, John is kind of independently wealthy. He doesn't want people to know that, but we'll cut again. That'll be a thing we cut out
Yes.
of the live stream. But thank you, bud. He
Yeah, because we
also
don't want to put lies into this stream.
right. What John did is in his mansion, he kind of like sequestered one room and made it his toy room.
Well, I took
Um,
one room and I made it look like an apartment, and then
right.
in that apartment, I made it look like a toy room.
Yes, which is clever,
Yeah,
but
hard to do, but the
hard to
hired
do.
really good contractors from Europe, so I had to fly them
Yeah.
out. Had to get translators, but I think
Right.
it. I think it. I think
But
people.
yeah, I mean, you're used to it.
You
You
know.
know, John he also has a crew that does his YouTube videos. Is another thing he doesn't want people to know. He has an editor. He has two editors actually. He has somebody that is actually filming this. I'm using a webcam, but John has a guy that films his lives. It's a
Yeah,
nice dude. I've met
he's
him.
not allowed to use a tripod. So all of this is him right there.
Right.
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
And he has to be manual. I mean, he's allowed to use optical stabilization. Obviously, you couldn't get this.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, you give him something, but but whatever, dude. I'm not hating you because you're rich. You know what I mean? Spec Labs also became a member, repping hard from for the
Oh,
MH
that
chart.
hurts
Thank you, buddy.
now. And now it hurts a little more.
Can he be a member of both, John? Jeez Louise. We also have Joey Halom with the 199. Here's a donation to Hatter Mondo Carnage. Thank you, buddy. If I had to choose, which I will, I would get Mumra is more near and dear to me than Carnage. Although the Carnage is nice too. Yeah, I just had like, wait, what happened, John? What? Oh, yes. No fooling anybody here.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
If I trash around my plastic with the 10 USD, looks like gotta pay for my chance to be seen, but it's okay. You can use my contribution to help fund the animated movie for Flipboard and the Champions in the Faraday. Well, first of all, trash around my plastic. Thank you. We just have a lot of chats. It's you don't have to pay for your chats to be seen, but if you want to donate to the channel, it's always good to donate to the channel because John and I don't make like crazy. John, what would you say to Geek Dad Life, like with all his members or whatever? Like that.
Oh yeah.
It's like rolling in it, right?
I'm sure he has a lot of patron members. So he's definitely got some solid cash on top of his super chats.
I kind of don't like that. Like I don't
you
like,
shouldn't, and you should give him a hard time about it. He won't even go pick up his Switch.
He what?
He won't even get his pick up the Switch from Video Power Gaming.
Yeah, he has a hard time picking up things according to Video Power.
Here's Jay. I'm not gonna give like specifics, but Jay is friends with somebody, meets with them probably weekly. They do a lot of stuff together. Mm-hmm. It took him probably 5 days to remember to text him happy birthday. He and I were together. We were at like a toy show.
Sure.
And then we were talking about his memory and like, he's so like scatterbrained and ADD that he can't focus on stuff. He forgets things all the time. And he's like, my so-and-so's birthday was Thursday. And this was Saturday that I was talking to him. And then I reminded him later the next week, hey, don't forget to text so-and-so happy birthday.
Nothing.
And then he did. So it was like, he wouldn't have done it if I didn't remind him, I guess.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's not, let's face it, he's not like a really good friend. You know what I mean? Some people are just not good friends. Trash Around Plastic, again with the 5 USD. Thank you, buddy. Then you give an independent game company a chance to make your game this way. is actually, then you could give an independent game company a chance to make your game this way is actually awesome.
Yeah, that's yeah, the
Thank you, buddy.
indie games are becoming my favorites right now. The new game I'm going to download is Hollow Knight because I hear incredible things about Hollow Knight. If you like a
Yes, yeah, I heard good
Metroidvania
things.
style thing, but
Yeah.
I just finished a pretty new game called Ender Magnolia.
Okay.
They
I never
made
heard of
one for the PS4 called Ender Lilia, and this is like the follow-up, Ender Magnolia, and it was awesome. It was everything you want from a Metroidvania style game where you're exploring and going back and forth and unlocking a thing to go back to the place, and the game gets really, really hard. That I spent the last few weeks playing. It's really enjoyable. Put like 20 hours in it, probably.
That's on what is that on the Steam or the?
I'm sure it's on a lot of stuff. I played it on PS5 though.
Okay. Hollow Knight is a lot of fun, dude. It's I went on a run. I didn't beat it, but that's one of those games that my buddy like lent me a bunch of games. That was one of them. He lent me this game called the Stanley Parable. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's another that game is it's just like a trippy independent games like they do. Yeah, they just make they're able to do a lot with a little. It just sucks that they keep getting absorbed by bigger companies like EA and shit, and then just like
Yeah.
just fucking disassembling them.
Yeah, it's like if I mean, there's probably some kind of clause, obviously, but if you had one of those small studios and then you got a lot of money to be bought, and you're like, okay, and then you go make new studio with new name, but there's probably a clause in there. It's like you can't make a game for 2 years or some.
Yeah, who knows what they put in, like all kinds of fucking severance clauses, and
Yeah, Santa
you know,
Clauses.
yeah, it's oh, you know what? Video Power Gaming just kind of he just kind of shut you up, John. He said Jay's been an awesome friend to me. That's how I read that. Like not
Yeah,
to
well,
me.
you're the one that said he was not a good friend,
Oh, sorry.
right?
He just clearly has way too much going on and he can't keep up. It's all right. He doesn't have that much going on. Let's
Yeah,
fucking
you don't
relax.
have to stick up for him.
Yeah, he has enough time to be a good friend. Broku says I wore that shirt yesterday, but he doesn't understand that we're filming this.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Well, now it's 8:28.
Yeah. Also, I have 20 of these shirts. Um,
What shirt is that? Is it a Funko shirt?
my Seinfeld. It's my
Oh.
Seinfeld. Yeah.
Boom.
It's funny. I went to the doctor the other day,
Oh, this is your
and
Seinfeld joke.
what happened?
I did the theme song, and you started doing a joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the deal with going to the doctor?
This is the intro when he used to do the stand up at the intro.
Right. Yeah. The introduction. Right. I can't even do a bad
Produced by
Seinfeld joke.
Larry David.
Yeah, Larry David.
Starring Jerry Seinfeld. Keep going with your joke.
Oh, I went to the doctor the other day, and I hate when they put you in that waiting room, and then you go to another room, and you're waiting in that room too.
Why don't they call the waiting room the before room and the waiting room the after room?
It's so hacky, dude.
Yeah.
It's so hacky comedy.
Made him a billionaire.
Made him a billionaire. All right, John, what are we talking about? Sauron pack or whatever? What the fuck? What's the thing? Rogue? What? Rogue? What's going on? What's the deal with action figures? On that note, Mad Hatter's been the best friend of all. Well, actually, this is a good comment. $4.99 USD. Mad Hatter's been the best friend of all the toy tubers I know. Well, thank you, first of all, Video Power Gaming. I have been a good friend, a great friend to Video Power Gaming, but I do love his comment because that also means that I may be a better friend than other people he might know, which I also have to agree with. So thank you, buddy. All right. You know that I'm true blue. Okay. Like the Madonna song. And,
I thought you meant like, don't get political, Mad Hatter.
Thank you, bud. Does
I like
anyone
it this
know?
way because as soon as you bring up a chat, you're fucking gone.
Oh, sorry. Does anyone know if Jada Toys is making Invincible figures? I heard they got the license a while back and haven't heard anything since. I hope it's not just cores. I don't know. Maybe Jada Toys can get on this chat. You know,
Probably
Jada
not.
Toys. I know that you watch these. Jada Toys is trying to be cute. You know what I mean? Like I like that Mondo acknowledges they watch the channel. Super Seven does. NECA, I know, watches our channel. Jada Toys is trying to be like, what? Who are these guys? We know you watch. So maybe, you want to come on. We'll host you. We can talk about some Street Fighter and, talk about some other licenses. Okay, don't be a stranger. These guys are in LA too. But I think they're trying to get a little too coy. Like, what's that YouTube channel? We know that you know us. All right.
Yeah.
So let's.
Mad Hatter Reviews, Nostalgia Reboxed, because he needs 2 channels like a special boy.
Nostalgia Reboxed.
Yeah.
I thought that channel was at first. I had to unsubscribe. I thought it was about shoes, John. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was the Nostalgia Reeboks.
That's okay. I made that joke when I started the channel.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
You can have it.
John, I like how you cycled through your different layouts.
Yeah, I was trying to find a good one, and I like this is what we used to use, but it's like, God, how tiny are we? If anybody's on their phone, I mean, maybe they prefer this. They're like, thank God, now it's just audio. It's like audio only almost.
No, I like the. I'm nice and vain, so I like the one where you had us all big over
You
there.
do this one, which is really stupid. Like, who's doing this?
Yeah. Oh, I have to acknowledge this chat right here. Got to do a quick Flipboard thing. Yeah, Flipboard has officially arrived in the UK today. Super exciting. Just need to finish my backroom renovation so I can then display it properly along with everything else. But he looks awesome. Thank you for the support, JB Patrol. Thank you to anybody who's mentioned anything about Flipboard, by the way. I know it's morning, so I may have missed some chats. Thank you for all the support. Flipboard invoices are still going out. Thousands of invoices, sending them in batches, and I got to repeat this. So some people are like, you say this 100 times, but I just have to. Flipboard invoices are still being sent out. I will make an announcement once they are all sent out. Also, we still have people that have not, they have supposedly have their invoice, but maybe they've not paid it yet. Check your spam anyway, just in case you are one of these people that got it. But I will make an announcement when all the sweet Flipboard invoices are out. And I am working with Jonathan and some artists to do some other special Flipboard stuff. Not necessarily toy related, but something fun as well. And we may have a SDCC thing that we are doing that will also be fun for everybody.
Yeah.
And
if you're there.
Involves cocaine. So that is something to look out for as well.
Why else did you? This is why you made the scoop on Flipboard that way.
Yes. Oh, dude, imagine. Okay, I've already given the prize. I already sent the prize to the first person that flipped the Flipboard into his bag, flipped loot into his bag. But if you take a video, well, you know what? This might get me in trouble. So I'm not going to say what I was going to say. But drugs are bad.
If you get caught, then they're bad. So somebody already made the flip into the box.
Yes, somebody took a video. I don't know how many times it took them to do it, how many tries, but they flipped a piece of loot into the backpack.
I feel like this should be celebrated when we should be seeing this.
I put it on my my Instagram. I can find it if we want to, like, and just share it.
God.
Wow. What did I say? What did I say that fucking rattled you?
People want to see it. It's fun.
Well, John, clearly you don't follow my Instagram. You would have seen the guy flipping the thing
I
into the
do.
ring.
What I usually only see on there is like the thumbnail of the video that you have published.
I don't do that much anymore.
Oh,
I don't.
then I guess I don't follow you.
Yeah, you don't follow me. Trash on my plastic with another very generous super chat. Thank you, buddy. 20 USD. Can I get a Mumra yet? Maybe it'll get up there. For some reason, I can't send a super chat to Nostalgia. Oh man, don't say that. So sorry, John. John, please tell other people how they can support you after I read this super chat. So I'll have to ask you to send them 20 so I could give him a positive review on the items I got him. Oh, by the way, you plan on doing any more trips to Target? Okay, hold on. Cancel super. So I'll have to ask you to send 20. I mean, yeah, I'm sure that's going to happen. But so you can give a positive review. John, are you framing something that might be? Are you framing something that might help your channel? What are you doing?
Yes.
Trash around your plastic, around my plastic, got you some items, Jonathan. Jonathan.
What items? Can I have them?
Well, he said he got you some. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for the $20. Broku saying is John, are you going to review that Guru figure?
No.
No, you're not going that. You're not going that hard,
This
right?
big ass dude up here? Hell no.
Yeah, I would like you to. I actually brought that up to John. I sent him a chat. I was like, dude, you got to review this. But
He did.
He was like, no, fuck you, and lose my number. Jada needs the honor of appearing on this show. I know. It's like I guarantee they'll have a fun fucking time unless they're all like crusty over there, which maybe they are.
All right, I got an idea for SDCC. Get rid of that super chat so you can see your face. I needed to see your
Wait,
thought.
but you don't like me I'm hovering over Lee Howells. It's just my eyes. I had to go at flipping in the back. Couldn't do it in a minute. Gave up. Lee, you gotta have a little more fucking patience. You're a dad. You gotta be patient. John, go ahead.
Okay.
Now there's no.
We know your thoughts on this rogue, and I think some of the photos, those thoughts are probably fair. But some of the photos, it looks pretty solid. Like doesn't really bother me at all. I think. I mean, it does kind of have some like '90s ladies inspiration in it, as almost as if like this person loved Pamela Anderson and those types of ladies in the '90s when they sculpted this. But what I'm saying is, I want to find a way to print out on like edible paper our words so that when we see this inevitably at SDCC and we both get one of us will have to eat our words. I think that in person we're going to be like, this face sculpt is awesome.
Maybe you might be right.
Really bad, and so that's why I'm like, we could just like put it in quotes, and then like have our names at the bottom of it, and then when we get there, and then we'll be like, all right, and then I go, oh no, it does look really bad, and they eat it. We can literally eat our words, but we need to find.
I like that.
But if you can find a place to do that locally, since I better than me traveling with it.
Wait, traveling with what?
Edible paper with the words printed on it.
Oh, with edible, yeah. But I mean, you're going to be here, which just brings up Trash Round and Plastic Super Chat for $2. Did you ship the items to him yet? I have not, because I stuck with shipping and I forget stuff. However, John, I'm going to see you. I'm going to see you in like a month.
I know.
Trash Round and Plastic.
Don't make me carry more shit back. That's the same thing with the Funkos. If that's what we're talking about.
Okay, I will ship it. I have a million things, dude. There are literally this Flipboard stuff. I'm not complaining, everybody. This is not a complaint, but it is a second job that I don't have the bandwidth for. But I am making. It's literally like I work my day job, then on the side, me and Ralph do Flipboard invoice stuff, and then we do Flipboard stuff later. Then I answer Flipboard emails when I can, and then I take care of a toddler and this and that. I don't like. I really am stretched, Jonathan. I will get you these items, but if you don't want to get these when you're here, There's not that many. It's not a lot of stuff, but I will ship them. I promise you, I will ship them. Okay, I will ship them next week. How's that, John?
Okay.
Since you can't carry two Funko Pops. You hear that, Chad? He can't carry it. He's coming to San Diego. He's
Yeah, yeah.
staying for free at my house. Guy can't carry two
Well,
Funko
let's
Pops.
say I'm not exchanging money, but I'm definitely paying for it.
Where are you? This guy's got a free ride. John, but maybe it'll be fun to show these to you like in person, like to see your face.
No.
John, you don't play like you used to. You don't
It's only when it's in your favor, you son of a bitch.
Sorry. Toka that Razor with the five member chat. Thank you, buddy. Always representing. I got a shout out. Toka that Razor is one of the tried and true that's keeping my memberships up. JB Patrol, Woody 2222, Juke, K-Mac, and the genius. Are you a Wu-Tang fan, John?
Um,
Genius, the Jizza.
not enough to recognize when
You got the RZA. You got the Jizza. You got Ghostface Killer. You got Master Killer. You got ODB, R.I.P. You got Method Man. You got, who are some of the fucking like loser guys? I forgot. It's too early. John, let's talk about this figure.
Nicole Kidman. Second Nicole Kidman, second or third Nicole Kidman of the year. Second unofficial Nicole Kidman.
Unofficial. Raekwon. You got Raekwon, John.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So yes, this Nicole Kidman.
Yes, this is like hottie Nicole Kidman. I said ODB. You got a hottie Nicole Kidman, Shanna,
Yeah.
with her gun. Inspector Deck, and you got, damn it, fuck that up, John. John, can you edit that part out? And
Yes, I will. Don't worry.
I like her. Dude. Has she never come out before?
No clue.
Because Kazar has come out, and even his little buddy Panther, Lepor, whatever, what? Sabu. I knew that one. He came out as a Build-A-Figure, but this might be the first one for this figure. I missed this. Chase Meridian. Yes. John, would you make a Chase Meridian? Zelu 1984 has a nice fucking custom Chase Meridian.
Dude, he's got so many. His
Dude,
Raider is also spectacular.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking what? He's on another level, dude.
Yeah, I want one. And his like unique styling for the girls, Two-Face girls.
Oh my god, the Drew Barrymore and what's her name? Girls. Yeah. Someone said that Rogue looks like Anna de Armas, like an older Anna de Armas, and I can't unsee it.
Yeah, it's not selling to me when I see that face. It doesn't really. I'm not seeing it.
You don't see that?
No.
You don't see like an older, busted up Anna de Armas.
Negative. No, I think this will be fine in person. But some of the things like this, like the shadows, it's just kind of aging her up. It's almost like there's too many indentions in her sculpt to work well with this kind of lighting. But yeah, that's not a great shot either.
You know who she looks like, and I'm being completely serious. Have you seen the Seinfeld episode
Oh,
where he
right.
dates the girl that is different in different lighting.
Yeah, in
Like
the shadows and
she looks like when she's in the kind of like the not great lighting, she looks like that girl.
yeah, our wonderful shit. What's his name? Breaking Bad. Malcolm in the Middle. The dad.
Oh, Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston is in that episode.
Yes, I like how you say Cranston, John. I like
Cranston.
when
No,
your
I'm
accent.
from West Virginia.
Yeah,
So
people are saying that she looks like Miley Cyrus was the other
yeah,
one that
I
people were
could
saying
see
she
that.
looks
I think this is where Marvel Legends needs to work on next. Like they've been fixing some stuff slowly. You know, they need to really solidify their matte finish, but the the knees will always bother me. Like
like. Yeah,
this
that
thing
knee is
looks
rough,
so
man.
bad.
That knee is rough, dude.
Looks good there. But there's so many companies out there doing joints. It's like just look at them and do that.
I would like to do some joints right now.
Joints are bad, okay? It's
That's better.
easy, okay.
Okay. Drugs and cons.
Said a shit, say poo.
That's easy, okay. Oh, John, you just reminded. I haven't thought about that song in 20 years.
I know it's a classic.
What do you think about this Sauron?
He's gonna be best friends with Vultureman.
With Vultureman? What's his name? Moishe Vultureman. He's got a very good practice. You know that he once beat the Thundercats.
These are yes, indeed six. These are your standard Marvel Legends figures, but this big bird boy, which I really only know from the X-Men animated series when they went to the Savage Land. That's my only like true experience with him until later in life. Was he in the X-Men Sega game, or just like kind of a version of him, but not necessarily him? Because I know there's like when you start the game, I think you're in the Savage Land, but you don't fight him.
I think he's in the arcade game. I don't know about the Genesis game.
I wouldn't call these 112. By the way, I would say specifically 6-inch. Some 112 scale stuff works with them, but technically 6-inch figures are a bit tall for true 112. So it gets tricky when you're trying to buy like Japanese 112 scale items and then put them in with this stuff. It's just not going to look right.
Did you know that Herschel Vultureman, he actually held the Sword of Omens? Not a lot of mutants held the Sword of Omens. He stole it right from the lion guy, whatever his name is. He's not very nice. He's kind of a jerk in person. He held the Sword of Omens, and he was the one that got it to Mumra. Mumra, God bless his heart. He lost it, but that's Herschel. Herschel's a good boy. What is the somebody said fuck.
Shade.
Oh, by the way, John, you fucked up because Devin Decker said that Bryan Cranston is not in the Two-Face episode, so you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I literally saw a clip from it.
No, Devin Decker's always right.
It was one of those Instagram clips that were like the way Bryan Cranston just gives like a one look and breaks Seinfeld. So you get like a couple bloopers where they're trying to do this because they're at like some, I don't know, funeral or something. It's got that vibe to it. And Bryan Cranston's on Seinfeld's left, and they look over to the right, and she's over there in the shadows, and they give her like the fake teeth and like a mustache or something, and he's just kind of like, oh, and he looks over at Bryan Cranston, and he just goes, ugh, and like Seinfeld breaks, which Seinfeld broke in the clips that aired.
Right.
He could not say something without smiling.
Right. He's not a very good actor. I like Technology's Delayor, dude that takes forever to ship stuff you bought from him because he has a life. I have to defend. I know he's making a joke, but I do have to defend. There was one guy. This is not trashing him because he supported Flipboard, but he was like on the comments. He was like, "Oh, I'm disappointed about that. I haven't gotten it yet." And I was like, how can you be disappointed? Because your thing is not late. It's like I will contend. Here's me flexing about Flipboard for a second, because I've supported a lot of Kickstarter action figure Kickstarters. It's actually pretty damn fast, because we're almost a little over 1 year from end of Kickstarter
Yeah.
to now shipping it out. Like our Kickstarter, I remember because it ended on April 1st. In May, we started shipping out Flipboards. Okay, so like it's pretty damn fast to get that. I think the issue that I had, and again, maybe I have to learn certain things moving forward with Kickstarter, is I said when I said, "Hey, they're now in our warehouse," I think that some people meant like that means that in 24 hours you'll get them. Like that can't happen. Like there's a lot of processing that has to happen. So I'm actually pretty proud of like the speed in which these things have arrived, and a small team is processing them. But like we can't be beholden to a date that you have in your head. Because
So
I think some people go, okay, if you have that, that means that I should get it in a week. That's your own date, like that.
right.
That so
But what they don't understand is that you were working on the premium DNA logic of it's in our warehouse, we'll start shipping soon. 1 year later,
right,
website's down.
right,
So
exactly.
that's on that person for not understanding that this is how it works now.
Right. Yes. So
Stupid.
anyway, I have to. I don't know. I have to.
Tell that person to fuck
Um,
themselves. Be patient. I
yeah.
mean, shit, you don't even get figures from big name companies that fast a lot of times.
I know that was one of the deals I made with
Like
Ace.
Super
Is
7.
one of the deals I made with Ace was like basically, look, most Kickstarters start with renders. Let's start it with a prototype, so that way when the Kickstarter ends, we go right into production.
Yeah.
Versus
Yeah.
like, and I don't know if I can do that again. That was expensive on the front end. But
Yeah.
that was one of the things we were like, let's just do it so that as soon as it funds, produce this thing. No renders, no notes, just start producing.
So this comment reminded me of I'll see it. I used to see it on YouTube videos, especially around NECA, because there's something about NECA Ninja Turtles and dudes in their 40s that can get a different kind of upset from like a 15-year-old seeing a Dragon Ball figure that they can't find yet. It's just weird. It's this weird level. But what I mean to say is that there were several times either on Facebook, I would see it in the groups, or in our comments on either of our videos that, oh, must be great to be a YouTuber and get these things early and the rest of us can't find them, blah, blah, blah. Like just fucking furious. And it's like, homie, we pay for these things. We go to the store just like you. We just don't live in the same city as you. Can you imagine that? And it's like the only thing I see are people with channels posting. It's like, well, right.
Right.
Because all the people that have them that don't have channels aren't posting videos because they
Are
don't
not
have.
posting videos.
Right.
Yeah. It's funny how that works. Which I actually have some of this like Quip says, how do you know you've got all the flipboards in your trunk as we speak? Stop streaming and start shipping. That is true. I have a mighty big trunk. Thank you, Quip, for exposing me.
There's also a few,
I know we have some super chats too. We'll get to that in a second. Even so, I live next to well, you know what? I'm not gonna say who I live next to because I don't know. Maybe that outs him.
Brian
But like
Cranston.
this is I will say that he's a YouTuber slash Instagram guy who everybody here follows, and I for some reason I thought he got everything shipped. No, that dude is because he has a big channel. It is just just I was surprised. He's like, hey, can you look out for this for me since we're close? I'm like, oh fuck, I just thought like every company just sends him shit. So it's you'd be surprised at at the stuff. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, the only stuff I see go out early, randomly you'll see like NECA do something for SDCC to like a channel or two. And then Mattel, if you're on their shill list like Geek Dad Life, you'll get stuff
Yeah.
constantly.
Yes. Jay from Geeked Out Life is definitely on the Mattel shill list, but good for him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, here's the thing about Jay. I give him crap, but he actually, Jay loves. It's so funny how people will say shill for certain things, and Jay
Yeah.
is a shill, but Jay actually like loves Mattel. He
Yeah.
loves it. He loves Ghostbusters, which we've discussed this before. I love the first movie. I don't believe that those movies are a franchise. I just don't think it's a franchise. I think it's one good movie, and then there's like the rest is kind of reaching. However, he like genuinely, if you genuinely love it, then I think you got to pass. Anyway, Herschel Volchman, he's a mensch. He's a mensch, Jonathan. We got a $20 trash. Wow, trash man, very generous today. Thank you, sir. Just generous in general. Okay, John. I think he's trying to school me here. From the slums of Shaolin, the Wu-Tang Clan strikes again. The RZA, the Jizza, Old Dirty Bastard, Inspector Deck, Raekwon the Chef, You God. That's where I fucked up. I missed You God and I missed Inspector Deck. Okay, Ghostface Killer and the Method Man, John. Okay, that's how. This was my childhood. All right, I would just listen. I would listen to. I just love Wu Tang Clan, and I love, but I would listen to a lot of stuff, man. Okay, but I you can revoke my Wu Tang Clan card because I missed Inspector Deck, like heavy metal. This We had another super chat from Spec Ops Lab, also very generous. My buddy owns a warehousing where they pack and ship cheap. If you do another run, we can get you set up. It'll be easier. Hit me up, Spec Ops Lab. There are some. Thank you, by the way, for the super chat. There are some changes we do have to make. Just in art, like I said all that also to say on the Flipboard side, it's not that we have not also learned some things, because there are some things that we will not do next time, and I'm not saying that like a punitive thing, like lessons that we learned where we're like, oh fuck, like but I guess that's just you learn as you go. You know what I mean? Like some things where we're like, next time let's not do this, let's not do that. Luckily, it's nothing with the figure itself, but just the fulfillment and some other things. Everything I do is perfect, but on the other side, I think there are some things to learn. And then dust tapes. On that note, will how to be. Will Hatter be working with Ace for the next wave for Flipboards? Yeah, I have. I love working with Ace. I have no plans unless he gets real busy on changing that up. We're all proud of you, Near. Oh, thank you, buddy. Glad to see your creation come to life. Take your time, buddy. NECA takes 2 years to ship pre-orders. Thank you, man. It does mean a lot. I will say, though, I do have to acknowledge this. Everybody, including the people in this chat, because I know sometimes it's fun to say like the negative thing and to be like and complain. There have been so many supportive people, and I'm including people in the chat, about the Flipboard line, that it's like overwhelmingly supportive. You know what I mean? And like people just coming out like of the woodwork, showing their pictures, and I really am like taken aback. At some point, I would like to sit back and process like what like we all did and be like, holy shit, it's a little tough now. But I have the overwhelming support for this line has been insane. So thank you, everybody. And then Toy Stalker said, make sure you edit. Hey, John, make sure you edit this out. Make
Okay.
sure you get me the newest list of highest super chatters so I can invoice their flip. John, I like how he puts it on you. John, edit it out. John,
I'm
what Toy Stalker
making a
said.
note of it. I'm making a note to edit this out.
Yes. Anyway, I again, sincere thank you to everybody that's supporting this line. And man, I really want to reveal something, but I'm gonna wait, John. Continue. So, John, are we getting that Sauron 3-pack? Are you gonna get it or what?
Yeah, if we can, I will.
Wait, hold on a second. Aren't you boycotting Hasbro, or isn't?
No, I
Weren't
just
you doing
don't
a
generally like their stuff.
what?
Because I even tried to get Psylocke. I mean, if I was going to boycott them, it's because I can't buy their stuff because Target exclusives.
Did
But
you
no,
lock in the or you might not even be getting it? The Captain America Venom that went up, I think, yesterday.
it did, but I did not. No. Nope, nope, nope. I mean, it's tough because like I wouldn't mind having that Venom once Abasai 3D Forge does his accessory pack.
Dude, Abasai is doing some fucking crazy stuff, man.
Yep,
I can't wait to get that Blade Runner type set that he's doing.
I know. Yep, he's a
Um,
talented little boy, and
he
that's what I
is
tell. That's what he's saved under my phone as.
talented little boy.
Yeah,
I heard he's like almost like a gnome. That's how little he is.
it's wild. And that's why he gets so detailed with the 3D sculpt. A lot of it is like he prints it out and then he's like,
Now I must chisel out the little bits.
it's like he'll just print a square and then chisel them out.
His stuff looks so real that
Yeah,
because he's like the size of a NECA
Yeah.
street scene. So he just like he
Yeah. The hardest part is when he's like,
I must put this in a shipping box. Oh,
and the box like it does that thing where he tips over and the box like falls on him and you just see his feet like sticking.
yeah.
not again.
cut to inside in the dark.
I don't even know if it's worth it anymore.
I love this Avasai character. He's just so little. Like I want to hold him by like the thing of his like the back of his shirt like this and just
Yeah.
like as
Whoa.
he's like
Hey. Whoa.
watching reality. He's like 6'5". He's like, guys, I don't know what you're talking
And he
about.
picks you up by the collar.
Hold on, trash around plastic. Man, he's having a good day. By the way, it's Friday the 13th, John.
Yeah. The launch of a Kickstarter that I forgot from the Toy Hunt.
Yes.
Continue.
Yeah, John. I don't trash around plastic. I don't even know what John said. Okay, 10 USD. Okay, last one. Quick cheap plug. His near knows a toy is good when my wife is geeking over it. By the way, she gives permission to play the voicemail. I'll give him my Venom from the pack, dude. I gotta say, sent me this voice chat of his wife was going nuts about Flipboard. Okay, it was the best thing I heard in a while because, like, let's face it, like, look, most of us are guys, you know what I mean, and like most of us are guys with guy humor, so like Flipboard appeals to guys for the most part because he's an asshole and guys find assholes funny. You know what I mean? Like most of the time girls, they don't, you know what I mean? They're just kind of like, you know, they like things to be net. But I will say trash around that I will say I could tell when somebody's like lying to me or they're just kind of like fluffing it up. She left this voicemail that was like genuine. Like, and I think it was also the fact that it was like a Motu-esque figure, but that chat made my day. I ended up showing it to, I think, the whole team except Ralph because I don't show him anything. Ralph is just, I don't like to distract Ralph, meaning from Toy Stalker. I don't like him I like him to just to work. So I don't share, I don't include him in any of the fun because that to me is, if I show him, let's say, a voicemail of an excited fan, that's 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes he could be shipping out another Flipboard.
Right.
So I make sure that he doesn't see it. But I showed it to the rest of the team, and they were like, "Dude, they loved it, man." So there are female fans of Flipboard. Okay, I just want which is funny to me. So I just want to say that. And again, thank you. Thank you, buddy, for all the support. And of course, John will get his Funkos.
Whether that's me actually having to go get them myself or not.
John, if you can't fit them in your bag, I will ship them with you.
It's not about not fitting them. It's about all the other things I have to buy. And then
John,
also
I
sticking.
wish you weren't wearing glasses so I could punch you in your face. But I
You wouldn't
I
hit a
promise I
guy
wouldn't.
in glasses, would you?
Yeah, exactly. I don't hit a man. Abisai said that's exactly how I sculpt with tiny tools. By the way,
All right. I
John
had to
is
look
super
up
distracted over there.
my own video to find this. But I remember in the video the guy going, "Oh, and our Kickstarter launches on Friday the 13th." And it was like so on brand.
Oh, this is a new Kickstarter.
Yeah. I guess it'll
Grindhouse
happen later
Toys Group.
today. Well, that doesn't really help you too much. But they are actual O-ring figures. They're 1/18 scale. There's a lot of really fun things in this line, and I wish that we could get a little bit more information for you, since this is apparently not launched yet. Let me see if I can find another link.
It's got 406 followers already.
Yeah,
it says notify me on launch.
I think he's going to do really well, and you'll enjoy this. Actually, hold on. Before I get rid of that, let me put this in the chat, because somebody will inevitably want to back this thing. So there's that. Here is his. I don't want to log in. Here's him. It's just so you can see the scale. This is the Joy Toy April.
Ooh.
He's making that boy. He's got a lot of different styled characters. They're shown in the Hunt video with Geek Dad Life, the one that says like we have to end this video.
The Hunt. Mike Hunt.
Fuck off.
Michael Hunt.
Michael Hunt. I just want to see some photos before thing, but they come in these like old school Blockbuster style boxes, and then when you open them, it looks like a VHS on the inside, and then there's a little window. You know how like a VHS has the two windows where you can see the tape? One of them is a window so you can see the figure inside.
Right.
Right, he says, as I'm not really listening.
No,
but anyway, check it out. A lot of people will love what they're doing.
This does look cool. This also reminded me, Kowkis Toys. If you go to their Instagram, I shared a post. I think John, maybe you're on that too. They have a thing now. If you tag 3 people, go to Kowkis Toys Instagram. You tag 3 people. I think you could win the whole new wave of figures, like the ground chuck and there's not that many people on that post, so the odds are in your favor right now. Go to Kowkis Toys Instagram, and it's the latest post, and I shared it also. And win yourself something. Question Hatter, what's your favorite version of Jervis Tech from any Batman series? I mean, I feel like I got to go with the animated Hatter, Mad Hatter. Like, I will say, like, I'm not super. I've read like the Dark Knight and like the Long Halloween, but like I'm not like an encyclopedia of Batman. But I've watched everything from the animated series, so I'll have to go with that. I still have my animated Mad Hatter figure. By the way, Mondo, if you make that figure and you don't fucking send it to me first to review, fuck you. All right? Yeah, Peter. Okay, you heard me. All right, you better fucking come correct. But yeah, I would say that. John, so these are up on Toy Stalker right now. He's done actually really well. He's got a lot of orders for this new Mesco Batman.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
This is going to be fucking popular. By the way, if you go to Toy Stalker right now, you could pre-order this. You could lock it down with 0 money down, okay? Which there are other retailers, if you go to them and lock it down, there is money down. So what do you want? You want 0 money down, or do you want money down? And if you use code House Hatter, you pretty much paid for your shipping. So there's your plug, Toy Stalker. I know he's here. Oh, he actually has a comment right here, okay? All right, there he is. I plugged the store. All right, buddy? Can you get back to shipping Flipboards? Because I see you commenting, and 2 comments Okay, so these are two people you could have shipped Flipboard to, and instead you made two comments. So let's read your comment, okay? The JFS Toys RoboCop villains of old Detroit figures are supposed to come in a VHS, but dude, actually, I do want to take a look at this, John, when you get a chance afterwards, because they're selling like the villains, like the Detroit scumbag villains from RoboCop, and he has them. So we'll take a look at them. And I didn't know they'd come in a VHS style. But again, that's one person who now his Flipboard is 5 minutes delayed. And now another comment, since Toy Stalker's got to be real chatty here. Mad Hatter from the Secret Six comics are awesome. They made them very short and extremely perverted. Why do you think I'm going to like that, Ralph? Like, why do you think, because he's perverted and suddenly I'm like a fan of it? That I don't know why that was directed to me. Okay, but I'll check it out. Anyway, if he makes another comment, that's a third person who has a 5 minute delay on their Flipboard. John, you got an adorable cat in your hand.
Yeah.
Catwoman confirmed.
Well, the soft goods do look good, but most of the shots are either renders or so heavily edited with Photoshop that I can't really understand what this thing is going to look like. Because, sometimes soft goods on figures that are in suits like this look really bad. I think the saving grace for the Batman is that he's got the crotch piece to help cover up where things bunch up. But like, I don't like any Spider-Man figure that Mezco's released.
You don't even like the 1960s Spider-Man that they did?
I guess I haven't seen that one. But I'm thinking of like all the modern stuff. They just look, because the clothing's too thick. They use like a vinyl or something. Where this is a cloth, so it can be thinner. It'll bunch up less, and then he's got this crotch piece like their Wolverine. So I think
I like it, dude. I like this figure, man.
Yeah, I mean, I like it too.
I also like where this can go, because many of his villains are guys in, let's face it, like guys in suits. Like Joker and Two-Face and Riddler, and so I think soft goods will do well.
Now he does. He is less dramatic in proportions as the animated series. He is not very triangular in the top half like the Batman and the Superman of the time. And I think that will put some people off.
Well, we're going to see. I am going to be purchasing shots, but yeah, there's obviously Photoshop manipulation, but Mezco does good shit too.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
The belt in every photo looks like it's fake.
You're fake.
Thank you. So we got to find those. Or is it on Toy Stalker? Is that what you're saying?
You go to Toy Stalker. This is wild that this is made. Okay, this is, I guess, a new company's doing this. Put in.
I couldn't find it in less than 3 seconds. I'm done.
Put it. Oh, there you go. All the way on the left. RoboCop villains.
That's not it. I thought I clicked on the other guy.
So
all right, come on.
There's a company that made all the villains from RoboCop.
Yeah, this company.
This is wild.
Yeah, I remember seeing. I think we've looked at them a couple times, like from San Diego. This definitely looks like the guy.
Yeah, that's.
It looks so much like. I mean, these two. It just reminds me that I don't remember these three guys. That they're so background compared to this guy as a henchman.
That's why this is crazy. Like they made like these guys. I want to know how this scales with the NECA Alex Murphy. And also, I guess the NECA RoboCop.
Right. If the RoboCop, yeah, that's interesting. I don't remember standing my Murphy next to RoboCop to see if, oh, wow, RoboCop's real big compared to him. So I think they have a little bit of leeway to make sure that like RoboCop stands tall against these guys, but that would be That would be a big deal if they made these things knowing that they're, I guess, not going to make RoboCop.
No, I think they are going to make RoboCop.
Okay, because it's a weird to start with these guys
I
if they're
also
not going to
I
be
said
in
the same
scale.
thing. I said the same thing to because Ralph was talking to me about this, and I was like, it's weird to start with these guys, but I don't know. This is a new company. By the way, I don't know this company. I assume that they're boutique. Okay, so oh wow, he's got a fucked up face. But it is interesting that somebody put in the resources and the time and the likeness rights and all that shit to make these guys. That's just wild to me. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, I want them to do this for like Die Hard. Make all of the terrorists from Die
Oh
Hard.
my god. Yeah.
Like if we're gonna make like niche bad guys, I like this dude. This guy is so 80s. So is this guy. 80s Detroit. I have to assume. I don't know. I didn't grow up in Detroit in the 80s.
Detroit of the future.
Yeah. 80s Detroit of the future. Exactly. This guy right here.
It's fucking nuts, man. There are photos of the packaging? No.
John, would you join would you join a future 80s gang?
Would I go back to the 80s and join a gang of the future?
Yes, like exactly. Would
Absolutely.
you go back to the
Well, I don't know. I will say the likelihood that the hero is going to kill you is way higher
because it's the 80s,
and
right?
and they murdered everybody from the there was nobody that would survive from a gang with the villain side in a movie.
Right. Yeah, I know. It's this is before they did shit like like what I like about RoboCop is it's just like raw.
Yeah.
Like they're just, people are dead. Like if they made that now, well they did make it now, but it's
Right.
like like when you watch an action movie and you like you see a guy go up against some hoodlums or something and he shoots he traps them or something and this is not going for it. Like back then they went for it, but I feel like I would love to join an 80s gang of the future.
Yes.
If that makes sense. Like I would love to be in an 80s depiction of the future gang.
But what is it about it that is appealing to you besides because you're obviously going to die?
I like the look. I like that that there'll probably be some really cool future hangout where I can sit, and there's a dude that's sits around some ladies and then I could be playing an arcade cabinet and smoking a cigarette and whatever they thought the future was. Obviously, inevitably, the bad guy will come in and kill us.
Yeah.
Or the good guy will come in and kill us. But
for that brief, the future would be travel size contact lens solution as drugs in the neck.
The drugs go into your neck?
Yeah, and the second RoboCop, was it the second one? Were the boys in it? The teenage boy with the Hispanic lady?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But they're just like the travel size contact lens things. But
right.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's what Devin Decker's saying, the camaraderie, John. I like the camaraderie of I think I don't know. I feel like I would want I would fit in with an 80s gang of the future and we're just there and we're just just doing drugs and talking about drugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I also feel like there is a window missing in Hollywood. Someone, I don't know how you compartmentalize this and make it into a movie now, but that era of punks is gone. Is there a way that we can resurrect that and bring that back to new Hollywood and make it so?
Yeah. What is it? But do you want that retro vintage? Well, I guess it is vintage now, isn't it? Do you want that retro feel or do you want it to be if somebody were to make a new Blade Runner movie, but the gangs are like what the 80s thought gangs of the future would be. You want a modern movie that doesn't feel like it's trying to be an older film, but you want the gangs of the future to still be there.
Yes, I want. Yes, but I
Like,
wanted to
imagine
have
the
that
movie Oblivion before the planet's wiped out or whatever. The
right.
future. It's very high tech and future and cool and modern, but then all the gang members are still like have one really long ear piercing, which is kind of in fashion again. You have dudes wearing like crazy sunglasses with the like shades, like the back windows of a Camaro.
Yeah, yeah, yes, yeah. But I want that. Like, you know how like they make like, have you seen Strange Darling?
I don't think so.
Okay, so they make that movie. They give it almost like it looks like a
Oh,
70s.
yes.
Yeah, so it has like a 70s feel.
Yeah.
So I think you could still make a modern movie and just have it feel like it has like that 80s, whatever you want to call that. Like, I'm not saying film it with like 80s era cameras, but like have it have that like 80s type grit.
I'm gonna put it in the chat because I do want people to watch that movie.
Yeah, watch Strange Darling. It's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Hatter just wants to hang out at Foot Clan Hangout from Team. I do. John, I'd be like this. I'd have like sunglasses like this, and I'd just be like fucking smoking a cigarette, and be like, anything you want to do, you do. I'd just be like, just like this, like just chewing gum. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is me. This is me in like 80s, just like 80s hangout. I need like some kind of like, you know what I need? I need like a fucking. This is what I need.
There's got to be something around here I can use. I'll do it on this side. You can see it. He's busy doing. What are you working on? Oh, fuck me. I got it. Everybody go get your 80s garb.
80s hey, you know what my 80s gang name would be?
What's that?
It'd be Tape Measure. It'd be like, hey, who we got here? And, you know, all I do is, like, you come in, you're like the new recruit. And I'm like, over here. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got... I like your glove. Dude, those are super 80s gang.
Yeah.
Hey, they call me fucking Tape Measure because this... no, the good guy comes in. The good recruit comes in. And he's like, he comes in with his girlfriend. And she's like, Bobby, like, I don't know about these guys. And he'd be like, who's the girl? And, you know, and it's like, yeah, this is my girlfriend. You know, it's like, and I say my name is Tape Measure, and he's and you know, I infer that this is like the size of my junk or something like that. You know what I mean? And I creep her out. She's like, oh, you know, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's because nobody else can ever measure up, babe.
Hey, babe, let's say.
Yeah, so what are we gonna do? Huh? Are we buying? Are we selling? What are we doing? Are we just
I think we're fucking. John, your gloves. John, you are really channeling. John, do you have a jean jacket with the sleeves cut off?
Oh, dude, I wish. I have a jean jacket.
No, Johnny. Here's what I do. Here's what I do all day when I'm hanging out. I'm hanging out at the place.
Yeah.
I pull the thing back and then I do this. Hey, what's the matter? We got a fucking new guy right here.
Yeah, you know, just trying to see what you guys are all about. You know,
yeah, that's right.
Life at home ain't so great. Okay, my pops kicks me out, but you know, just looking to hang out with you guys.
You know, here in the 80s future, we're all about moving the drugs from East Street to 182nd Street. All right, that's the fucking protocol. Protocol. They don't say words like protocol. I just fucked it up. Oh yeah, I like this one. Sorry, we measure new recruits. Over here, we measure new recruits.
That's how you get your nicknames.
Take your fucking pants off and get erect. What? That's weird. That's a weird thing. That's a weird thing. Tape measure, you're weird. You know? Dude, I think there's something to this.
Yeah.
Dude, maybe we should start a new podcast and call it like the 80s Future Gang podcast. And we're just all about like, you know, like that lifestyle.
It's really just it's a lifestyle. I was going to say it's just a rewatch of movies that had 80s gangs, but, you know, of the future. But yeah, it is just a lifestyle. Everything we talk about, that's just...
John is definitely a narc. Hey, new guy. Hey, new guy. Where are you from? Where's that accent from?
I'm from Jersey.
Where you know what? I'm from Jersey. Whereabouts in Jersey are you, new guy?
You know, there's that part of Jersey that you know, not a lot of people have heard about. It's up north. It's the southern north, just off of the east coast near the west. It's a small town named, you know it, because you're from there.
And then right as you're about to like get pinched, it's like a dude comes in. The turtles are here, and he's like, "Fuck!" And then and then you're like, "Oh, you were that close. Yeah. You were that close to getting caught by tape measure."
Yeah, by tape measure.
Yeah, just fucking measuring things all day. Anyway, John, what else is there to talk about? Is there any more?
The last hour was there was really nothing to talk about.
Dude, this tape measure smells fucking weird, man. This have you ever smelled? It's got like a weird plasticky smell.
Well, I have this tape measure.
Yeah, your tape measure is not as big as my tape measure right here.
No, definitely.
Don't you hate it when on these review videos they're like, "Ooh, I need to measure." Stop.
I know.
Stop.
Also, it's like at the end of the day, holding the tape measure up like that isn't really giving us, because then they still go about 6.5, and you're looking at it going, that's nowhere near that from at least the camera's perspective. I stopped adding the actual measurements, but for the longest time, this is why I have this. I would go over there, measure it in centimeters, and then convert it into inches and have both on the screen. But then I realized it doesn't really matter. Nobody really cares. And they only care if it's never shown. If no size comparison is shown, that's the only time they care.
Right.
I had a video. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was on this Rebox channel. So it's some of the stuff that ended up just kind of sitting there for a long time, and I never finished the video, and it just was like I just lost interest or whatever. So it'd be months later, and I'd put it out on this channel, and then I got a comment was like, "You didn't show size comparison." I'm like, so what?
I know. That's
ugh. One guy was like,
"Can I don't really get those
Marvel
comments anymore."
Huh?
But what happened?
What'd you say?
I don't get those comments anymore where it's like, you know, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, because I think people expect nothing when they watch the channel. So nobody. But in the beginning, people really used to care. Hey, you didn't show the articulation. Hey, you didn't show this. Now I think people just come. They just come to hang. You know what I mean? That's what we do on the Mad Hatter channel. They show up. You know, dicks out. Right away.
Let me measure it. That's what.
Let me measure.
How you start off. I could measure this figure, but let me measure you.
Yeah.
Dicks out. Just lay it on the table.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, the comments that are like, oh, you know, I love watching stuff. I have you in the background when I'm doing stuff. And I'm like, I mean, I should be happy they're watching, but it makes me sad because they put so much effort into the visual side of things. It's like they're not even watching all of that. I'm like, I overdo it on the B-roll sometimes, and it's just like, oh, you saw in the background.
Yeah. Here's the problem. You got guys like Lee, who's like, the amount of videos I've gone through researching for customs where I need exact height, and all they do is. But I like that it makes like Lee mad, like, because Lee represents people that need the exact specs. They need the
Okay,
and then he comes.
So that's like, all right, I got this really obscure figure from this thing, and I put it next to this Marvel Legends Spider-Man that 90% of the audience has. Go measure the Spider-Man. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
oh,
you
yeah,
have
right.
the thing to associate it with. And then you can just look at it and go, oh, it's like maybe a centimeter difference. Okay. Like that's the whole point of showing the size comparisons, right?
Right. But I'm sure that there's people that will want like the exact. I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Oh, John, you just fucked it. John, welcome. Hey, Jonathan, welcome to fucking Cancel City. Population, you. Because that's so ableist, Johnny. What if the commenter is blind? Ever thought about that?
Because I probably would I be on in the background?
What? What are you talking about?
If they're blind,
yeah, you'd be on the back.
I would just be on.
Oh, you hear what hey guys, we got a fucking ableist right here. Here in Future Gang. Future 80s gang, we don't like fucking ableists, okay? I'm gonna measure you for a fucking coffin because that's where you're going. Only if you want, because we don't want to do anything that's gonna
that's
offend you.
I just make coffins, so there's not really much else for me to do with my tape measure.
Yeah.
I make it
that's right.
I thought, honestly, I apologize for for just assuming you knew who I was and why you were here and why I'm surrounded by all of these coffins and some that I'm actively working on. Somebody's got to make them.
In the 80s future, you don't even need a tape measure. There's a chip in your head that shows you the measurements of something and you just look at it.
Yeah.
But I do this for effect.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
it's an art form.
This is tape measures are a dying art form in 80s future.
Fuck. All right. Do your best Sam Rockwell impression. Didn't we do one on here before?
John, didn't you have a pretty good Sam Rockwell?
That's what I was trying to remember. I'm like, what the hell did I do that was kind of a good Sam Rockwell?
Sam Rockwell, more like Sam Cockwell.
Oh God. Whoa. Sound off in the chat if you saw his performance in the third season of White Lotus.
I have not seen the third season of White Lotus yet.
And then don't spoil it for anybody, but give a hint to let us know what we learned about his character and how he feels and what he thinks that maybe I'm that. This whole time I'm thinking maybe I'm that.
John, you're starting to fucking spoil shit and it's pissing me off.
I'm not. I don't want things to get spoiled. Tape measure had his right eye replaced with a laser measure, but he doesn't trust computers, so he has to double check.
Tape measure is also in his 40s and in a gang. So tape measure is not doing very good.
No. Also, if it's an audio podcast and you're still tape measure, you're measuring stuff in the audio podcast, which is great.
That's true. That doesn't make sense. John, don't you think that's a cool look? Like the guy comes in and I'm one of the extras and I'm just doing this shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like having a lighter, just flicking a lighter.
It's like a lighter.
White Lotus is weird. Like, I would not say it's some of the best stuff on television, but you will still end up watching every episode. It's weird.
Whoa, we got a fucking cinephile right here.
They are pressure washing the building outside, by the way. So it's getting real close. It's probably gonna get real loud here in a second if they hit my window.
Is that what that sound is? It's a pressure wash?
Yeah, the mansion is getting pressure washed, but my apartment that I built inside of it to give the facade is on the outside, and I have a window for this room, so it was a bad choice. It's not a fake window.
Blind from a tape measure accident. I can't see.
It's like the Book of Eli. You've memorized exactly where all the notches are.
Right. That's right.
So you have to at the end of the movie, I guess, tape measure is like all technology gets wiped out from a solar flare, and we don't know how to measure things anymore. But tape measure of the '80s future gang has memorized all these things, and we need to get him to this destination. It's basically a ripoff of Book of Eli, which makes it even better. And we'll also still get what's her name? Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis, yes.
Yeah. And she'll have the same character name. But yeah, it's you like you have to get to this destination and then let people know that's 1/8. That's 1/16.
That's right.
That's how the movie ends. It's just you reciting all the measurements. They're
right.
like, wasn't there something called centimeters? And you're like, oh no.
It
was our one pants.
Tape measure. I used to run on the streets with my brother Ronaldo, and he was 6 feet tall. He was like the tallest guy I knew. I used to measure him every day, and because he was my little brother, and I used to, when he was growing up, I used to measure him and measure him and measure him, right? And then one day we got into an altercation. We stole some stuff. We were looting a store. And me and Ronaldo, we were fucking running in the streets. And Ronaldo, I saw a truck come out of nowhere, and he got hit. And then I was like, Ronaldo, you there? It was all the smoke, and I was bleeding. And I was like, Ronaldo, where are you? And I went around, and then I saw him laying there, and I measured him. And instead of 6 feet, he was 3 feet tall. And I realized he got cut in half by that truck. And that's why I was like, oh my God, Ronaldo, you're only 3 feet tall, my brother. And that's when I donned the name Tape Measure, and I joined the gang. And I said, I'm never gonna forget him. He's still alive. He lived, but I'll never forget that day. And ever since then, they call me Tape Measure, even though I'm not good with tape measures, and I blinded myself in a tape measure accident.
And somehow cut my hands every day with a tape.
And every day I cut my fucking hands. I got scars all over my hands from this tape measure. But I gotta look cool when people come in. New recruits come in and they see me just doing this.
I love the idea that like the main.
I like the Legos. Never forget, writer by trade.
Yeah, right. I like the idea of like the main character coming into the room, and that's when we first see Tape Measure in the corner snapping that thing.
Right.
But she looks at whoever brought her into this gang. Why her? I guess it's Mila Kunis. And she goes, what's with the bandages on that guy's hand? And like the camera shoots down, and as you're snapping that thing, and you just have all these white bandages, and like some of them are a little bloody.
I like that. Yes, I like. Also, she's like, why is he 40?
Right. He really stands out in this gang of kids.
This guy really does not belong with these youths. Do you think there were any like after Shredder like went away? Like, do you think there were any? You know what? That's a whole that's a whole conversation. I was gonna go into 1990 TMNT. Like fan fiction,
yeah,
but it's a whole fucking thing, man. With the
we still got to work on the 80s.
Still got to work on what?
The 80s fan fiction.
Oh, that's a thing. Okay.
What do you mean? Saki and Tatsu.
Oh, dude, we're gonna write a script for that.
That's what I'm saying. We still have to work on that.
Oh, I didn't know that's what you meant.
Start doing a like fake sequel.
Yeah,
we're doing a real prequel.
Dude, I think I have a headache from smelling this tape measure.
That's probably healthy. Maybe it's the bandana on your skull.
Maybe it's that. John, I don't feel so good.
All right. Well,
I think tape measure
your place when you're dead.
What if tape measure just dies of like there's some kind of chemical in like every time you do that, it releases some chemical. He didn't know about it, and he just
Yeah, that's
he
why they
has,
were
like, the worst-
outlawed, and we went digital.
he's got the worst form of like some kind of like rare cancer. Anyway,
Oh,
yeah, I
look
like
who's
this.
in the
You want
chat
me
now.
to measure? You want me to measure twice? Where is it? Where is? I'm going
We
to say
both
the line.
clicked
This is
on
how
it,
good
I
of
think.
an actor I am. He goes, no, I got to say, "Hey, boss," in the beginning. I can't deliver the line. I got to change your line a little bit. I go, "Hey, boss, you want me to measure twice or cut once?"
What do you mean? What kind of question is that? Of course, you got to measure twice. That's the whole thing. You're just going to cut once. And then we're going to have to do it again. I only got one of these guys.
Why is
I'm
his
always
boss?
telling tape measure.
Why is his boss the guy that owns the Little Shop of Horror plant shop? What? Seymour Krelborn? What?
I don't know.
Anyway,
It's because I don't know.
yeah. Look, I like to. Big Rib obviously knows what a badass looks like. So thank you, Big Rib. Big. By the way, I can't see with these glasses. So, Big Rib. All right, John. Anything else? Are we effing your? You see, I said it, and somebody just brought it up.
Oh,
F yourself.
I wasn't ready.
Are we gonna fucking? We gonna f this guy's shelf, or what? What's gonna happen?
I guess we are.
Mr. Mushnick, that's how you sounded like, John.
Mr. Mushnick.
Seymour Krelborn with the remember he had the plant and Seymour had the.
I don't remember.
Dude, I saw like a bunch of Audrey 2 plants in coffee cans when I was at Monster Palooza. I was very tempted, but they were like 100+ each.
Damn.
Yeah.
All these people, King Panther, whoever you are, you've already submitted once.
Oh.
Your name's still there. Don't submit twice, okay? I guess let me screen share here. People, maybe they think that I remove all the names and add them back in, but I don't. You're in there until you're removed. So let's just click this and find out whose shelf gets fucked. John Papa Sergio. What does that mean?
What does his name mean?
No, if you're gonna fuck someone's shelf.
Oh.
All right. Let's go to Papa Sergio. I'm gonna remove his name, save it, because sometimes it doesn't work. There we go. Wowzers. Oh my god. Well, he got one of the things that I wanted. So I'm pretty pissed. So I'm going into this thing a little fucking irritated. Papa Sergio, I hope you understand that I wanted this popcorn bucket with the face hugger on it.
Oh, that's a popcorn bucket.
All Cinemark had when I went was this stupid one. It's real cheap.
Wait, so they made 2 popcorn buckets, an Alien and a Predator one?
Well, they're both Alien.
Oh, sorry. Why was I thinking Predator?
I don't know.
In my head?
But I don't know if this was like Regal or if it was Cinemark or whatever. I know that this was definitely at Cinemark.
Dude, that's an awesome popcorn bucket. I can see why you want it. It's just
the face hugger one. Yes, it's
the face hugger. That's awesome.
And it's the right size. Somebody. Oh God, was it somebody in my?
Oh my God, is that a Johnny 5 right next to it?
It is a Johnny 5 right next to it.
Oh, this is going to be hard. How are we going to critique this guy's shelf?
Because he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, okay, you know what? Yes, so points... And he's got a spirit of... So, all right, so points off because John couldn't get that bucket and you have it. So right away, we're taking points off for that. Then I have to take points off because I'm very jealous of that. Where the fuck did he get that Johnny 5?
Probably Etsy or something.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah. I bet it was a pretty penny, too.
What's this guy's name? Papa Sergio? What's his name?
John Papa Sergio. It says right at the top. John Papa, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Okay, I got to take points off for that R2D2 because it has no place in this thing. Like this should be aliens and even if there were predators, I can kind of like roll with that because it kind of goes with this world. But like R2D2, you take points off right there. That shouldn't be there. Casey Jones' mask is cool. Wow, he's got a lot. What are we? Okay, so all the stuff in the middle is movie stuff and Mutant Mayhem stuff.
Jesus
and then
Christ,
he has
that is a lot. That is a lot of figures from the movie line that you really don't think about until like every iteration of Casey.
Yeah, he's got every Casey. Wow, and they're all in a nice like lineup, John. Sorry, we got shit on this. No, the lineup is stupid. You're stupid.
Yeah,
You're
why would you?
stupid, John.
Yeah, well, it was a single file, ladies and gentlemen. Because you're gonna get your class photo.
Wow, man, look how awesome they all look together.
Yeah, it's a little irritating.
Oh, you know what? He fucked. There's nobody in his turtle van. That you fucked that up.
Yeah, talk about want to make me mad. You don't have my print work in your van.
Yeah, number one, you don't have John's print work in your van. Number two, there's nobody in driving the van. That's fucking dumb. Like this collection is dumb.
Yeah, what is it? Parked in a garage or something?
What do you got? What do you got? The NECA Donnie's Lab, because that's the garage that it would park at, but you don't have it, so
because somebody got two and didn't return it, and you're
mad
at
the exactly.
Instead of
where's your Donnie's Lab? Where's your Donnie's Lab, Papa Sergio? You're not that fucking.
Also, can we talk about the fact that you really just gave up down here?
Yeah, I like that. There you go. That's you got it, John. He fucked up right because he completely phoned in bottom right. There's a dude laying down.
Take your Jim Carrey the mask, put it on your face, and then do some fucking magic to at least finish your display here.
Yes. Yeah, you literally stuffed Target bags and Clone Trooper, and is that a Kiss figure? What is laying down? No, that's that there?
Los Muertos action figure lady. Okay. Do you know what I'm talking about? Who makes that? Somebody in the chat knows. Who makes this lady?
Here's where he fucked up in the wrestling display. And I actually do like that line. He has two Hulk Hogans right next to each other. Okay.
I'm Hollywood Hogan and I'm regular Hogan.
So you fucked up there. Okay. And I know that there's a variant of that Hogan, but you're not. They're wearing. They're both wearing clothes, so I can't see if it's a variant. They all look the same to me. So you fucked up right there. As opposed to like Andre the Giant standing next to his variant, that works. But those Hogans look the same. My brain is registering the same. By the way, I think that this guy's at the level that maybe no IKEA shelves. Maybe you do glass. You know what I mean? There's things that I'm just not seeing. You know what I mean? Like I like what Quip said. Crack on how much he spent on figures, but cheaps out on displaying it all on IKEA. There you go. Beautiful figures, thousands of dollars in figures.
How much? Look at. Also, let's notice the thick layer of dust that is on these shelves, and for some reason over here, he clearly took his finger, put it right here, and then slid down, and then went.
You're right, John. Papa Sergio, you just fucked up.
That is
dude. Finger
all day. Gross.
Papa Sergio, more like crying to his papa. after we get done with him, right? Right, John?
Yeah, that's right. Tape measure.
What is that thing in the bottom left? What is that thing?
Premium bright copy paper from W.B. Mason for office supplies, furniture, and printing.
Buddy, you couldn't fucking pull that out for this shot and put in like a 12-inch figure or something?
Why are we keeping... Actually, why are we keeping boxes? But why are we keeping these four? What's so special about these four being here?
Yeah. What are those boxes? Those are the accessory boxes, right?
So stupid. Movie accessories, animated accessories, and Donnie's portal.
but Donnie's portal doesn't seem to have made it out, so I have to keep it in the box. I own it. I want people to know I have completed the movie line. Thank you very much. Is he gonna? This is the guy that not only buys everything that's from the movie line, even if he already has a Casey Jones, like a better option. He is also going to buy the 4-pack with the Spirit of Splinter and now have 4 Turtles and Splinter again. Well, how's he going to do that?
Yeah, what's he? Yeah, what is he gonna? Yeah, I don't. This is one of these displays. It looks real good at first, but the more we analyze it, the more it's probably one of the worst displays we've ever seen. What is that in the top left? Are those Archie comic turtles?
Top left.
Or no, that's Turtles in Time. What is that?
It's Slash from the game and the comic.
Oh, so he's got both slashes. Okay, slash.
Yeah. So is he just really bothered by the comic line because now where are those guys? You only have Slash. Your obsession with Slash is now a concern. It's like the comment I got on the custom. You watched that video where Rebel 10 Customs? I had her April figure put together.
Yeah.
And I used and then like the bust that's on the figure by default is like Pamela Anderson level, Dolly Parton level. It's like obnoxious. And I had a comment that was probably 2 paragraphs long about how wrong I was about changing the bust size because no, you got to think of April in the cartoon, like she had huge breasts and blah blah blah, and like it was talking for a long time, for too long, about the boobs on a cartoon April, and how you put the big ones back on, you'll grow to love them, trust me. To where it's so bad that I'm like, I don't want to delete my video. That's how this person is with Slash. That's a long story to say that this person is. I don't care if they make Slash in anything. I'm buying Slash. I already got the cartoon one. That's fine. But does he have the new cartoon one? Uh-oh. He doesn't.
Yeah, that's right. I don't see, wait. I think I saw it.
The new updated one.
Wait. Move to the right.
The Slash is right here.
Oh, he doesn't have the updated one.
Yeah.
This fucking guy doesn't even have the updated Slash. What a fucking loser. Hey, John, let me measure the interest that I have in this fucking guy's display. Are you ready to go?
Let's go.
Boom. Nothing. No inches. You got nothing. I need some fucking Blue Chew to get interested in this fuck. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, can we actually block and ban this person? I think that this display is so bad. Now I hate it more because it was one of those that looked really good, and then the more I'm looking at it, like I'm getting angrier and angrier to the point where I just think we should like have our first blocked F yourself.
All right. Be sure to clip this moment, folks. Officially blocked.
Looks like he's coming up short, right, John?
Yeah, you tell him.
I like this gang. These 2 gangsters that are basically like. Do you remember that Looney Tunes where you had the big bulldog, and then you had the little dog that was with him, and like he's like, yeah, Spike, what and Spike would say something, and the little guy would just kind of like. But then they reversed at the end of Looney Tunes. Spike became like the fan of like the little dog, if you remember that.
Barely.
John, you don't remember that.
Barely. I remember them, but I'm trying to like put together any scenes. I just remember seeing them, but I can't.
Hey Johnny Papa John's. I give you no, this is like my thumb. I give you thumbs down. That's right. Get the fuck out of here. I like your pizza though.
Yeah, John Papa Sausage.
Yeah, what do you got? Like, what you got? Somebody's Papa there, just making sausages. Oh,
That was fun. I liked that comment that you had on one of your lives that was like, where do you get off judging these shelves? Like, look at your display and blah, blah, blah. Dude was so mad that you were effing a shelf.
Yeah, dude, we got, I don't know if I don't think we mentioned this in the chat. Yeah, we had a commenter that was enraged that we had, and I think I replied back I was like, hey, this was us effing the shelf was not an indictment that our shelves are better. It was just a fun thing where we roast the shelf. But yeah, this guy was mad.
You should see him on the Comedy Central roast chats. Oh, he's so mad.
Chester and Spike. I knew Devin Decker, who is AI, would know. Chester and Spike. I like a lot of those Looney Tunes that weren't like the primary characters. Like Chester and Spike was one. I like the one with the. Do you guys remember the coyote and the sheepdog? And they would clock in. They would basically punch a card and be like they were friendly. But then when they were on the job, the coyote would try to get sheep, and the sheepdog would always fucking check him. And then, but that's one that I love. But that's not like a major character. Like those are like more of like but I feel like I like some of the ancillary Looney Tunes characters as well.
Yeah. Same.
These are the conversations that they probably have in the back of the Foot Clan hideout.
Yeah, I think so.
He's like, look, there's a reason that B. Arthur is my favorite Golden Girl, and I don't have to fucking explain it to anybody, okay? Tape Measure was a fan of Maude. He was a fan of the Star Wars Holiday Special. So what? He thinks B. Arthur is attractive. As an older lady, she is attractive, okay? And if those fucking turtles were here, I would say that right to their fucking face. And then the guy comes in, the turtles are here. And he's like, oh, fuck. And then takes
behind him is like a perfectly measured hole for his body that he cut into the wall so he can escape.
Yeah, as he's just like looking, he's just peeking in that, the lockers have those little slits. He's just looking at the turtles.
and he's in there nervous, and they're looking around. They're like, oh, it looks like Shredder got away. Yeah, we just got to find one of these gang members and question them. And then you hear this. Oh, shit.
Yeah, and then they open the door, and they go, I'll tell you anything.
What's with the tape measure? Yeah, what's with the tape measure? Come on, guys, leave him alone.
Dude's definitely measuring something in there. It's like, wait, what? Are you talking about my dick? What are you talking about, Mikey?
Whoa.
I think tape measure would get along swimmingly with the turtles.
Yeah, well, maybe that's something we got to write. Enemy turns friend.
Shredder escaping is making me so mad. I'm going to punch right through this locker. No, don't do that.
There's only 2.25 inches between the metal and my nose. That seems oddly specific.
Dude, I want to see a scene where the turtles raid. That's one thing that never happened. Like, the turtles never went into the 1990 TMNT Shredder facility. That would have been cool if they raided that place.
Hey, guys, this place is awesome. Yeah, maybe they're not so bad.
Yeah, too bad we killed the guy and threw him in a garbage truck. Hey, did anybody check on his body? Nah, it's okay. Let's play some video games.
Casey's on the run. That's why he's not in the sequel.
That's right.
Because he's wanted for manslaughter.
That's right. There's an excellent Sheepdog and Wolf PS1 game. Is there?
That's interesting. Related to Looney Tunes?
Yeah. All right, John. Is that it?
All your energy.
Huh?
You lost all your energy.
I did. All my I was doing good for a while.
Yeah, did I kill it with my turtle impression, which I thought they were pretty good.
They were your Mikey was good.
I don't even remember trying to do Mikey, but the last two I did was Raphael going like, "This place is awesome," and then the Donatello that I did, which is kind of what that just sounded like.
Okay, but can you do their movie versions?
That's who those were.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
No. First of all, no. The Raphael's got to be more like how does Raphael in the movie talk?
Come on. Get it.
What's a phrase that he says? Cricket, you got to know what a crumpet. He's got like that
yeah.
He's got he's very different than the cartoon.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys expect to beat me. Raphael's a tough one. Donatello's just Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
So you're like, hey man,
right.
This arcade's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, just fucking stupid. He's probably the easiest one to do.
Oh.
And you fucked that up. All you have to do is Corey Feldman. You fucked up a Corey Feldman. Wow, they got lots of video games here. They got cartons of cigarettes here. Wow.
Oh wow. That's who do you remind me of? This kind of. Oh wow, they got lots of cartons. Who's that? That is also somebody from the 80s or 90s.
Are you sure you're not thinking of Corey Feldman?
That's it. The guy from Lost Boys?
Yeah, the guy from Lost Boys, the guy we're doing the impression of?
No. You sound like the guy that was voiced the live action Turtles.
Yeah. I could do a Leo.
Okay. Well, you have to do it after saying it.
Bring some food. He needs some food. Remember when he does that?
No.
Fine. We don't need you. Fine. All I remember is him screaming.
Hey, Mikey, could you chew any louder? Something like that. What does he say?
Yeah. Do you remember the scene?
Because anytime I do that scene, I want to do Chandler Bing. Could you be any louder?
Can you be any louder? Okay, do you remember the turtle scene from the 1990 movie where Leo has his two swords? Hold on, just focus for a second. Leo has his two swords, and he swings it, and the foot soldier ducks, and he swings it again, and he ducks, and he swings it, and he's about to swing it, and he fakes the guy out, and he's like, gotcha, and he kicks the guy. Do you remember that scene?
Right.
So had he succeeded, he would have decapitated that young teenager.
Yeah.
That's what I like. Isn't that kind of fucked up?
Right. That they didn't show it.
Well, they at the end he goes gotcha and he kicks him, but he was trying to decapitate.
That's what I'm saying. They fucked up by not having him decapitate him.
Right? Yeah. Yes. I think that movie would have been much better had he said gotcha and then decapitates the teenager.
Now that we live in an age of AI where people take things and they're like Jurassic Park but ruined with AI, so now they can say 1990 Ninja Turtles but fixed with AI, and it's like them using their weapons and actually like killing and maiming these.
Yes. Yeah. I think like if the Turtles went full force with their weapons, I mean there would be tons of fatalities.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever felt how heavy a sai is like in real life?
No, I don't think so. Not a real one.
Dude, a sai is like a bludgeon weapon, dude. Like you could forget about how sharp it is because they're not very sharp, but like you could like you can do some fucking damage with a sai.
Maybe at the end of it, Splinter, because he kills Shredder and then he gets squished in that thing and then like blood just shoots out of it because it's like a body under pressure. And then he goes, I made a bloody.
And then Casey is covered with blood and he's like, oops. You know? And then April has some blood on her too. She's like, I got blood on my yellow coat. And they're like, it's not your blood. And then they just all start laughing. And then Sam Rockwell is like, hey, where's our fucking leader? And Casey Jones is like, he's over there, and there's some of him over there. And he's like, oh, but He saved my life, and I looked at him like a father figure. He's giving. Is that him giving out cigarettes?
He's picking up the chunks of.
Oh, picking up the shredder chunks.
Yeah.
Well, they in the Ninja Turtle comics, they just made him into worms. Like they just fed.
Yeah.
Like the comic, you could have fed his body to worms. That's how he became New Shredder.
Yeah. Well, there's our sequel.
John, you completely lost interest in the worm thing.
I did, because I have brain worms.
Yeah,
and it's a sensitive subject for me.
Anyway, all right, enough Ninja Turtle fun.
Fuck Ninja Turtles. This is a Savage Land episode.
This is about so Savage Land Rogue is coming out, and she looks like a Vegas 4.
What does that mean? Well, I lost you. You're frozen.
Dun dun.